Welcome to the Pearls of Color podcast. I'm Sarah. You can find me on Ravelry as Sarloz, on Instagram as Sarloz_Pearls of Color. You can visit my blog at purlsofcolor.blogspot.com. On the blog, you'll find the show notes. You'll also have links to my Ravelry page, as well as the Ravelry group. If you want to stay up to date with me, the best way to do that is to follow me on Instagram and then to follow the Ravelry group. If there's any contest or any giveaways that I'm going to have, I'll post them on the group. But my everyday knitting, I'm constantly uploaded onto Instagram. So really that's the best place to follow me if you're interested in what I'm knitting. And if you're interested in the patterns I'm designing. I currently have a new pattern coming out, and I will talk about that a little later. Right now I am outside recording, so I hope that the lighting is okay. I really can't tell on my screen. My screen's a bit dark right now. There is some construction work going on. It's quiet right now, and I hope it stays that way. If it gets too loud around me, I'm just going to stop talking and then try to edit the noise out. So hopefully it goes well recording outside today. It's a beautiful day, nice and sunny. It's about, I think it's supposed to be about 84 today. I'm not too sure what the temperature is right now, but it's sunny. There's a nice light breeze around, so I thought I would come outside. It's actually nicer outside than it is inside today. Inside is very muggy and it's very sticky, so I'm taking advantage of the weather for once. Let's see, it's been a while since I podcast. On the last episode, I talked about how my boyfriend and I were looking for a place. We finally found a place. It's a little townhouse. Actually, I can see it from where I'm sitting. It's just right up the street. And we don't expect to move in until mid-August to late August. We have some work we're doing. Currently, my boyfriend is going to Home Depot because he needs to pick up a few items. They have the plasterer, the painter, and my boyfriend, his brother, and his dad are up at the house right now, so they're doing some work. Luckily, I don't have to help out right now. I've pretty much done really what I can do. So I've pulled up some carpet right now. I took the wallpaper off some of the walls, cleaned the walls. There's really nothing I can do without getting in the way. So until we start tearing out the rug downstairs, they really won't need me to help, which I have to admit I'm kind of excited about. I'll probably have to go up there here and there to, help clean up some of the debris and stuff like that. But for today, for this weekend, I think I have it off all to myself, which is terrific. I'm excited to get some knitting in. I'm excited to be moving into our own place. It'll be nice. I do apologize if I keep looking off camera. I am distracted outside today. I'm going to try not to be. We are redoing the kitchen. We're redoing both the bathrooms. We originally just planned on redoing the bathroom downstairs and putting a shower in down there, making the bathroom a little wider. It didn't really work out as we planned, so we kind of ixed the shower idea, but we are putting in a new toilet, a new sink. We're making it a little bit bigger. The kitchen has been all torn out, and we're putting all new cabinetry in there. We got all new appliances, which got delivered yesterday. And then upstairs for the bathroom, we were going to put a new toilet and a new sink in. And so then I decided, why don't we just tear the tub and the shower out so that we can put a more modern one in, a more up-to-date one in, since we were going to kind of add that nice shower downstairs. So we end up going to redo the whole bathroom upstairs. We have 2 bedrooms. One of them is going to be a spare bedroom, which is going to be a his and her hangout area, I guess you can say. We'll have a little section set up for my boyfriend and his computer stuff. And then the rest of the room will be set up for my crafting. So I'm excited. I'm going to probably get a desk or a table to work on. I want to get a sewing machine to get that going. So I'm excited to get that room up and going. We are also dividing the garage. The garage is built onto the house. We don't have a basement, just the garage. So we're dividing the garage in half and turning putting a little room in the back, which is going to be hopefully a workout type room for us. It's also going to work as a laundry room because the laundry hookup is in the garage. I don't like the idea of it being open the way it is now, though, because my boyfriend does plan on using the garage with his car. He does plan on parking in there, and I just really dislike the idea of a rainy, mucky car coming in and out of the drive, especially during the winter time. So I want to close off that laundry. So we're going to put a little room down there that we can hopefully use for an extra workout space. If it doesn't end up getting used, that we might end up just putting storage in there. But I think it is going to be used as a workout area. I really need to get back into dieting and working out, and I did the 21-day fix for a while. I really enjoyed the workout videos. I haven't been doing them recently, but I really feel it in my body and the difference it makes. So I really want to get back to that. It'll be a lot easier when we have our own space to do all that. So, yeah. That's pretty much in my personal life. I'm working at summer camp right now, so during the school year I work as a BT in some public school systems, and I work with kids on the spectrum, so I help them out where they need to be helped, and I run their IEPs and their one-to-one work with them. And during the summertime, I actually take a little break from that. I do a space, it's called Space Camp. I forget what it actually stands for, but it's a summer camp where I think it runs from kindergarten all the way up until high school. And the kids, the upper kids, get to choose a bunch of kind of like elective type classes to do. They have everything from circus activities to all the way up to ceramics and woodshop. So I get to teach jewelry making and actually do a book club. So in the morning I have a couple jewelry making classes, and then after lunch I do 2 book clubs, and we just kind of hang out and read some books in those for book club. It's a really nice way to kind of transition my summer. I can't afford to not work during the summer. So once school gets out, the summer camp starts up. It runs until the end of July, and then I have about 3 weeks off so that I can actually have some summer vacation time. This year we're not going to be going on vacation. We're not going to take advantage of that time off and go anywhere. Last year we went to Niagara Falls. This year we'll be moving, so we won't be doing that. But hopefully next year we can have another vacation. So I'm really looking forward to this summer. I'm looking forward to all the adventures that are to come, and it's really exciting. As I also, on the last podcast, I had mentioned I had been having some medical testing done, and I just wanted to thank everybody who touched base with me to see how I was doing. I really appreciated that. All the test results came back normal, thankfully. I had a lump that had to be biopsied and checked for cancer, and everything turned out fine, which is great. I have 2 more follow-ups to go to for it, just to watch it to make sure it's not growing or getting bigger. And if all goes well, I won't have to go back. And I wanted to hop right in and talk about the Ravelry group, because I have a couple things that are about to start in there. It's been very quiet. I do apologize. I just haven't had the energy lately to get giveaways going, especially because I don't podcast as often. So, but right now I did go and open a thread. It's a rename me contest. So, I have one of my first sock patents I want to redo. It's a good patent. I love it to death. It's a great little sock patent. It's really vanilla knitting, but I hate the name of it, and I always have disliked the name. I just couldn't think of another name for it at the time. And the patent itself needs a facelift. So the patent doesn't have instructions to do a heel. I think I just put in to look up the Fish Lips Kiss heel because that's what I used on that sock. But I'm going to redo it. I'm going to redo it so that it goes along with my current patents and give it a little facelift. And with the facelift, I'm looking for a new name. I'll show the sock a little later in the podcast, and I'll bring up the contest a little bit again after that. But the idea of it, I also posted it on Instagram, guys. So you can put an entry on Instagram, you can put an entry on Ravelry, you can do either or. Whatever name I choose to go with, the person who suggested it will get one of my patents for free, a free copy. So it doesn't have to be the patent in your name, and it can be any patent, because the patent is actually a free patent right now. Once it gets a facelift, I will put a price on it though. So please keep that in mind, because if you'd really like this patent and you don't want to, you want to get it while it's free, I suggest adding it to your library now. And like I said, I'll show the sock a little later. You can look at the details of it, and there'll be a picture. There's a picture in the Ravelry thread, and there's a picture on Instagram. So you'll get to look at it there. The patent is called Wallaby Way, and it is an aquatic themed sock patent. I'm going to pull out all my socks here because I've got them for you to show you. It's an aquatic themed kind of, I guess you would call them cables. They're just like the one, some people call them twists, right slant and twists, left slant and twist. Some people call them cables. They're just like the 2-stitch cables. You cross over each other. It's really, you just work with 2 stitches, not 4. So the patent itself, like I said, it has 3 animals. It has a jellyfish, a fish, and a turtle. And I got socks to show you, lots and lots. The patent itself is designed as a customizable patent. It's kind of a choose your adventure patent. It was really fun to work on, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It's called Wallaby Way, and you can either knit your sock with just one of the 3 creatures, or you can combine them and make your own combinations. I have a few to show you. This one has jellyfish on it. The yarn I used is a teal by Never Enough Time Yarns, and the tan is O-Loops. It's one of the Harry Potter colorways from last year called Oddly, I think it's Street, S-T, Oddly S-T Catchpole. I always pronounce it Oddly Saint Catchpole, but the more I think about it, the more I'm pretty sure that S-T stands for street, not saint. So, that's the tan that I've used. And I've added a little bit to the cuff, and I've added a little to the heel for contrast and color. I picked the teal because it reminded me of the crystal water out in Italy when we went on a vacation there a few years back. And I did a tan kind of for like the ocean, the sea, like sand. So you can do the jellyfish. You can do the fish. And this one I used Juliana's fiber in her Starburst colorway. It's one of her neon rainbow colorways. This one's orange. This is a new colorway for her. She just came out with it maybe last month. She had been dyeing up, I think she dyed up a purple one. I don't know, she was dyeing up some of the neon colors, and I had asked if she had an orange one in the works. And at the time she had it, but a week later she had posted some orange ones to her shop. So I had to go get it because I felt like she kind of made it just for me. She had mentioned that she had thought about it, but had, I think maybe she thought about it but wasn't sure if people would be interested or not. But she did release an orange one. It's called Starburst, and I love it. The color totally reminds me of Starburst candy, especially the orange. The teal on here is Never Enough Times, and it's her teal semi-solid. I think Katie did a fabulous job with this teal. It's just beautiful, and I'm going to have to get a sweaters quantity at some point. For those of you who haven't checked out her shop, it's neverenoughtime.yarns.etsy.com, and thyme is spelled T-H-Y-M-E, like the herb. And her colors are really great. She's currently move-in, so she has a move-in sale going on, 20% off. I think the code is MOVE20. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll look it up And when I do, I'll post it. I'll post it somewhere on the podcast. Check her shop out. I highly recommend her yarn. I love all her stuff. I love knitting with her yarn. And Katie's just a doll. I love talking to her. Actually, I currently have an informal knit-along going on with her right now. And I'll show you the WIP I'm doing later for that. So there's the fish. And then here's the turtle. And the turtle I use Katie's yarn, Never Enough Time yarn, using her Luck of the Irish colorway. I got this in one of her sock contrast and heel toe kits, and it was a shorty sock kit. So I got 50 grams of the Luck of the Irish main color, and then a 20 gram skein of a rainbow variegated. So for these socks, I just used the main green color, and it's just lovely. It has these different tonals, and it's a bunch of different shades of green, and there's these pops of yellow that almost have these golden hints to them where it meets up with the green. It's really lovely. And once again, I used Loop's Oddly Street Catch Pole, and it's the tan. So that's what the turtle looks like. And then, these were actually my June Desert Vista Dye Work socks. This is her yarn on her Viso base. It's the Great Barrier Reef. And it's kind of what inspired the pattern, really. It was inspired by not just this colorway name, but also it was just inspired by the time of the year it is right now, summertime. It was inspired by the teal colorway from Never Enough Time yarns, because it just reminds me of the water, and I was just very inspired to do this pattern. So this was kind of the first run through. This is a mix of all the animals. So I've got 2 fish on there. So I've got 1 fish, a turtle, another fish, and then a jellyfish. The pattern itself, I wrote up, and I suggested to use a semi-solid, a tonal, or a solid colored yarn. The panels pop a lot more when the yarn is very subtle and really pops those cables out. It worked okay with this self-striping, but the stripes are much too thin that the animals take up a few stripes. So they kind of get lost, but it didn't come out too bad on the stripes either. So that's my new pattern design. It's called Wallaby Way. It is written with instructions on how to knit them toe up and cuff down. There are directions for a heel flap and gusset heel, as well as an afterthought heel. The creatures are all charted out, as well as combined with written instructions. So this pattern I really wanted to design for any sock knitter, and I have directions on there to knit it in 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. I tell you how to pick out the size you need for your foot, and also there is a section that tells you what to do if you cast on a different cast on number. So really, it's for any sock knitter. You can use any gauge. You can use any size needle. The pattern is written for a specific gauge, and according to those gauges, that's where you have the small, medium, and large. If you want to use your own gauge with your own stitch count, there is a customized section on there that tells you what to do as well. So it's really, really customizable. I tried to write it for everyone, any sock knitter really in mind. The only thing it doesn't have is a short row heel. And if you are accustomed to making socks and have done socks before with a short row heel, you can easily add that in. So I'm really excited about this pattern, and I really hope you guys enjoy it as well. It's just so customizable, and I just love that fact about it. It was so fun to make. I know my test knitters said they had a lot of fun knitting it up, so I hope you guys do too. I'm going to go ahead and open a giveaway on my Ravelry group for the pattern. You can go over there and comment on it. Tell me your favorite thing about the summer, and your post will be entered as an entry. I will have the giveaway thread open for about 2 weeks, and then I will contact the winner and send you the pattern. So go over to Ravelry and join that giveaway, and enter the Rename Me contest too for a chance to win any one of my patents for free. The Wallaby Way will be an option at that point because the patent, like I said, is going to be either released most likely by the time you guys see this podcast. So these are actually, I did finish my Desert Vista Dye Works June socks. I tried out a new heel and I did not like it. I did the thumb hat heel or something like that. It's a different form of an afterthought heel, and I just did not like it. Won't be doing it again. I don't like the way it fits my foot, and I don't like the way it looks. And I know, like, I'm not big on how my heel on my toe looks as long as it fits my foot. But this one I didn't find fit my foot. I didn't find that it fit my heel well or my foot. So I'm just gonna stick with my regular afterthought heels for now on. But yeah, I finished my June Desert Vista Dye Works, so this is an F.O. I did not bring the second sock out here to show you. I do apologize. I promise you I did finish them. You can even check my Ravelry page if you like. They're there. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to check my phone because I heard the text messages going off, and I just wanted to make sure it wasn't my boyfriend messaging me regarding tile or bathtubs or something, you know, some home renovation stuff. So, I actually just broke my phone earlier today. I knew I should have gotten a new phone case. My phone case, I've had this phone for maybe 3 years, 4 years, and the phone case itself is broken. I actually dropped it down cement stairs yesterday. It fell right on the screen and like slid down several stairs, but did not break. Today I dropped it lightly on the floor and it completely shattered. So I have to get a new phone. Let's see what else. I wanted to show you my watermelon slice socks by Wendy Gal. I got it as a kit from the Knitters Brewing Company. I don't know if I showed it to you on my last podcast episode. I love this sock so much, and I need to finish it. Actually, my fingernails match. I got my fingernails done, and I went with a watermelon theme. So they match my socks. And the kit comes with the beads and mini skeins of the green and the white, and then your full skein of the pink. I can't remember if I had them finished on the last episode, so I just wanted to show you again. The next sock I'm going to show you, it's still a W.I.P. as well. These are also a W.I.P., the watermelon ones. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 sock W.I.P.s on the needles. They're all hose, but they're just not finished. And it's not because I have second sock syndrome, because I really want to finish them. It's just I've had cast-on-itis, and I really wanted to get sample socks knitting up for my sock pattern so that I could take pictures. And that's kind of why I have so many going right now. But I plan to finish them all up by the end of the summer. This next sockin is my July Desert Vista Dye Works. I finished the first one. I just cast on the toe for the second one. This one is knit using her Happy Birthday Cupcake colorway because my birthday was actually on Wednesday, so July I decided to make them my birthday socks. I really love how this yarn knit up. It's her Zen base, it's her sparkle base. I really love her sparkle base yarn. The yarn itself is super soft and it's just beautiful to work with. So this pattern is the Rename It pattern. Right now it's called the Single Mock Cable Pattern. I first published it back in April 2014. Like I said, it needs a facelift. With the facelift, it's going to get a new name, and I am not sure what to name it. So I posted a picture on Instagram. Go over there and put in your suggestions. I also posted a thread on the Ravelry group, so go over there and post suggestions. The winner of whatever name I pick will get a free pattern of one of my designs. I really love how simple this pattern is, and it looks great with self striping yarn. When I first designed it, I designed it with Knit Picks Felici in mind, and I wanted a vanilla sock pattern that would not be completely plain, but also would look well with the stripes. So right now the pattern is written with 7 rows. However, most of that is repeated, and I am gonna, with the new sock design, I will tell you how to adjust them so that they fit your stripe count. So, for instance, my pink and my brown on here, I get more rows than I do of the speckled section. The speckled section is 1 row short. So I just adjusted it so that each bubble was the width of a stripe. I really love how it came out. I did my traditional afterthought heel. I used to do an afterthought heel with waist yarn. I have now started doing a traditional afterthought heel where you actually cut into your sock, and I know that sounds super scary, but guys, I promise you it's not. If you want to go to YouTube, look up Kirby Werby's afterthought heel, and she has a great tutorial on how to do an afterthought heel by cutting into the yarn, but also how not to get gaps in the corners. So I went on there, I did it one time, was hooked, and I've been doing it ever since, her method, the way she does it. Isn't it lovely, guys? I love it so much. Those are most of my hose. I still have my Autism Awareness sock on the needles. I have one of them finished. I haven't started the second one. That one I kind of am having second sock stitching with. But I do want to finish it, and I want to write it up as I go, because I will release that as a pattern as well once it's finished. So I do have some patterns in the future in mind, and I'll be taking, you'll be seeing some more hopefully soon. Maybe not super soon, but maybe in the next few months. Yeah, those are all my socks. There's a lot of them, guys. There's one, like I said, I have five. I have five hose going. Oh, 6 if you count my Autism Awareness socks. 1 F.O. And then I have a shawl whip, actually, to show you guys. This is, I'm knitting along. Oh, there goes the skein of yarn. It'll be fine. It's on the porch. I'm freaking out, kind of. It kind of makes me really anxious when my yarn touches the ground. I don't like knitting in public for that reason alone. I am like, when it comes to my knitting, I'm like a germ freak. I don't want it touching the ground. I don't want to get dirt on it, even though I know they're going to be washed. I don't like my yarn touching the ground. I don't like my yarn out of my project bags when I go out anywhere. So the fact that it's on the ground right now is really anxious. Like, makes me very anxious. The deck gets washed off on a regular basis, though, hose down. So I'm just not going to think about it. So with Katie from Never Enough Time, I think it was my last episode. I'm pretty sure it was my last episode. Where I had my looking at her shawls by Lydia Brown. I knit 2 of them up. One of them was teal and green, and the other one was like crimson and a speckled corally pink type combo. She got inspired by them, and she started releasing shawl sets in her shop. So 2 full skeins of yarn. One of them is a semi-solid and one of them is a speckled. And she's also been experimenting with speckled yarn, so she's had those randomly up in her shop. And I managed to get 2 that were one-of-a-kind speckled ones that she did. And I also bought 2 of her 2-colored shawl kits. That's where I got the teal semi-solid. It came in a kit, and I loved it so much, I went and bought the kit again. So I have 2 kits that are the same. I plan on using the other skein of teal to knit a large shawl, and I'll probably use the speckled in a shawl as well and some socks. So with her kits, we decided, the 2 of us, were going to have an informal knit along together to knit 2-colored shawls. I am really on the multicolored shawl kick right now. I have tons of them on my list to knit, and I really have been enjoying them. Honestly, I find they're great stash busters, and for someone who has as much yarn as me, stash busting is a real plus. I mean, I'm not really stash busting. I guess it depends on how you define the term. I'm knitting from my stash, but I'm also adding from my stash. But the 2-color shawls, at least, you kind of get two skeins out at once, whereas with pure socks, I only get half a skein done. So, I'm going to show you what I'm working on. Let me just tell you, this is not the prettiest shawl on the needles. It's really hard to see what it looks like. It's really hard to show off the beauty of it. But I know when it's finished, it's going to be gorgeous. So I am knitting the Lalo by Shannon Cook, who's a Canadian designer. So if any of you are taking part in the Canadian knit along that several Canadian podcasters are doing, this pattern is from a Canadian designer. I love, love, love the way it looks so far. So the middle section are these has garter stitch and drop stitches, and the sides are just garter stitch. It's lovely. And it's a 2-colored shawl. So the top one of mine is a nice purple yarn that has speckles. It's got blue and yellow and pink speckles, and the main color undertone of it is like purpley, like a lavendery lilac purple. And then the edge on mine is kind of like this, it's like this blackish, tealish blue. I don't even know how to describe it because it is speckled, so all these colors are working together. I'll show you the main skein and you can decide what you think. I don't know how the color is because, like I said, my screen is darker. But it's got these sections that look really dark blue, almost black. There's pops of purple, pops of bright blue, pops of yellow. It's really gorgeous. And I picked this color because it was different than my other shawls. So my other shawls are either pink or teal. These are more purple and blue. And I also picked these 2 colors because they have the same colored speckles. And it's just the body of the color that changes slightly. So I've got just a little bit left of the main color. And I've just started the border. I have a few more repeats to go and then a few rows of garter to end it with. And I'm really enjoying this pattern. I will be knitting a second one. A friend of mine really liked it, so for her birthday in September, I am going to knit her one as well. And I've got some yarn all picked out. I picked it out from a local yarn shop. Well, it's fairly local to me. There aren't any lies around here in my specific city, but there are some in the bordering cities. So I went to one of those, and Circle of Stitches, and picked up some Malabrigo. I forget which base it was. But it's the Malabrigo, it's a finger and weight sock yarn. I got a skein of Archangel. Every time I go in that store, I pick up, every skein I pick up is Archangel. And I decided, obviously, if I'm not drawn to it, then I need to get it. Because I didn't just pick it up once or twice in different yarn bases. I picked it up like 6 different times. And I've gone to the store now and I keep picking it up and saying, oh, this is nice. And then I look at the name. And it happens so frequently that I needed to check the other skeins around it to make sure it just wasn't the yarn base. But no, it's the color. So I did buy myself a skein of that. I'm not sure. It's probably going to become a shawl. My friend, I forget what colors she picked out, but one's, I think, reddish with a bunch of colors in it, and then the other one is more bluish, peacock-like, I think. No, she changed her mind. She picked a green. It's got green undertones, I think, to it. It's a green, I think, with red. I don't know. When I knit the shawl, I'll show you the colors. I can't remember right now. So that's basically all that I've been knitting. I've been working a little bit on my mitered square shawl. Not shawl, blanket. Here's the tail from Never Enough Time. It's currently connected to my blanket. I'll just show it to you again. I don't know how many I've added since I last podcast or since you guys last saw it. But I've got a good size blanket going. I am thinking about changing this square. I don't love it. It's Brew City yarn. It's one of her My Little Pony colorways. And I just don't like the way it looks knit in Goddess Stitch. And especially compared with the rest of my blanket. I have some bright colors in this blanket. But this one just seems extremely bright. And I just don't love it. I think I really dislike it, actually. So I think I'm actually going to unravel that. And I'll probably put... Maybe I'll put my Luck of the Irish in there. It's still on the ground. But let's see. What do you think? You think that looks good right there?
Hey, Sarah. When you decide to go inside, can you try and figure out what's coming from the threads?
Yeah. So yeah, there's my blanket. I've currently started a square in the teal, so I'll probably finish that soon. We'll see. It depends on if I'm in a sock mood or a blanket mood at night. And that's about it, guys. Go over to the Ravelry group and check it out. Go over to Instagram and check that out. We've got a couple contests and giveaways going on now. And look out for Wallaby Way if you want to purchase it. I might just have a knit along actually in the group for it too. And maybe I'll see if I might get a skein of yarn for you guys as a giveaway for it. But I haven't decided. But there might be a knit along if you guys really were interested in the pattern. I do need to finish up the few other socks. So that'll be a good way for me to finish what I have going while you guys knit up your own pair. So keep an eye on the group and keep an eye on Ravelry for updates as well, guys. I hope you guys are having a fun, safe summer. I hope that you guys are enjoying the time that you get to yourselves. And remember to take that time for yourself. It helps the mind heal from the stress and just everyday happenings of life, and I think it's important. Stay happy, guys. Happy knitting, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.